Also, we won't talk about the fact that his name was also mentioned in Epstein's list. But anyways, moving on.
Bro, who isn't, bro? I'm
Yeah,
sure
fair.
your name's on it too.
Wait, hold on. What? These are allegations.
I'll make sure your name's on it.
God damn it, no. This is slander. I'm gonna sue you for that.
I'm gonna sue you for being on the list.
What the fuck? That's not even correct. The hell? Man.
You're incorrect.
Oh my god. Anyways, moving on from that to you. Okay, now we're starting here. God damn it.
I don't know.
Oh my god. Shut up. God damn it. We're now recording. Oh, jeez. Anyways, welcome back, everyone, to another night to the Hunter Trash Podcast. If you are seeing this now, too, Victor is now back from the Vietnam.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't want to be back.
Damn.
He said
Man.
he'll be back just like 2 p.m., bro.
Damn. So, yes, everyone, he is now back. And if anything, too, how's your trip been? If nothing else, did it make you a better
Good.
person?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, man.
I was supposed to be a better person coming back.
Usually that's what happens when they do trips. It's supposed to be something changes about them. I don't fucking know.
Psych.
What the fuck?
I don't know. That was just something that I remember some people mentioning about trips. It changes your perspective on life or some shit.
Yeah, it makes you want to shoot
Well,
yourself.
yeah, maybe the first time, but not like the third time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Technically, fourth time.
Jesus.
Yeah, let me go to Vegas 3 times and change my life. Yeah, I went to
Oh.
Vegas 3 times, bro.
God damn, how much did you bet on red?
I bet on your forehead.
Fuck you.
I did. You see that all the way.
Shut up. God damn it. I do not have male pattern baldness coming soon, I think. I don't know. I think that's going to be a inevitable curse. No way how my dad's hairline is looking. But anyways, I will not say any further.
Man, that boy got the father from Finding Dory kind of hair.
Oh my god. Lloyd, we do not mention that. I don't know how they managed to give a fish a receding hairline.
Hey, it happens, bro. That's why they call it animation, bro. You can animate anything, right?
I guess so, but god damn it. Anyways, we're going to the most interesting topic today, and that's right now with Xbox. Are we going to talk shit about it, guys, here? Probably.
Hell yeah, let's go Xbox.
Yeah, goddamn. So, this is coming from the news that, like, currently Phil Spencer and, goddamn it, I completely forgot the name of the other chick that was also involved in this. 1 second.
A baby chicken was involved?
No. Oh, wait, calm down there. Sorry, Sarah Bond passed out. Or, not passed away, she stepped down. Oh my god, that was about to be some egregious amount of club.
You didn't even say pass away. You're literally about to say pass out. Remember, guys, Sarah Bond about to pass out.
No, I mean,
that could be true.
That could be true, but then I will not say much more. Anyways, both Phil Spencer, shut up, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond has stepped down in their positions of Xbox. As from anybody that knows too, the whole thing with it is just primarily from, I don't know, how would you assume this otherwise? Was it just because like they just were not successful with the way how they were running it? I mean, I
don't know.
It was for a lot of people this came out of nowhere. For some, right? Especially some people said to the like, oh, it was about to be like Xbox like 25th anniversary coming up too, but it's like if Phil Spencer was gonna step down, he probably would have stepped down on the day of the actual anniversary. But instead it was like, I think a week or so earlier. I don't know. From anything else that at this point too, is like it's a sort of a sad news coming around too, but I look at it as a way to like, I think in a lot of ways too, how we also talk shit about Microsoft as well. I think both of these people were kind of forced to like step down, at least in my opinion.
I mean, like either forced to step down or they step down because they can't take Microsoft's bullshit.
Which, to be fair though, 100% like agreeable factor on that regard, since from this alone too, we've seen like the Xbox Game Pass, which is probably like their best selling point too, increase prices over the years. And it's getting to the point where like if anybody now has like a ultimate tier pass now too, you're paying like around like $40 a month for that. The basic pass is like $8.99 from what I remember. But even then, too, that there wasn't really such thing as a tiered
$40.
subscription. I think.
$40.
Let me look this
That
up.
was
Real.
$40.
Oh, you looked
There's
it up.
there's one for $20. Yeah,
Oh shit.
that's like the expensive. That's like the most expensive I saw. $30.
Oh, okay. So I was off by like 10 then, regardless. So, yeah, this shit is super expensive right now. Needless to say, right?
But these were the prices before. I don't understand why people saying raise prices.
Well, I think before I was looking at it too, being like, I think a lot of people are assuming otherwise too, that like the game passes were mostly like just one game pass, and there wasn't like an ultimate tier. It wasn't until they broke the tier list too, where like it started changing a lot. Where I believe in the ultimate too, that's when you get to do like 3-day early access game, or like you get like the monthly drop of games too. But I guess with the cheaper one too, you only get access to their live service and maybe I think shit. I need to look at the comparison because I remember when I was looking at this a while back too, and it was like kind of egregious with the way how these tiered subscription like benefits give you something. A tiered list. Oh god, why did I put a tier list too? But anyways, you have in this case the core game pass, which is $10 a month. Oh my god, okay. And then the standard pass is 15, PC game pass is 12, and ultimate 30. Huh. Why is there such a discrepancy for numbers here? Probably I'm using AI chat to like look this shit up too, because this is hard to already look for automatically. But yes, needless to say, we have seen the game passes has still increased over time, no? And I
It doesn't seem different from what I've seen before.
yeah, like I said, this is pretty much from like what people were getting outraged from the fact that like they keep increasing the game pass pricing, but also at the same time, there hasn't been like that many successful games on the Xbox themselves. Like for example,
buy
we
it?
fucking
You know?
like why buy
Why?
the Game Pass?
If
I
it
think
doesn't give you like fun games, why buy it?
right, yeah. It that was like
Why
another.
why get outraged?
Mhm. I think it's like right now with the current like game rotations that they're getting in there too, that would be really fun to have. But even then too, it's doesn't really make too much sense for anybody else. Like for example, one of the games like Halo Infinite probably would have justified people to have a Game Pass in the first place. And unfortunately it was like really all over the place whenever it was when we were playing it too. And at some point too, it felt like they kind of just gave up on it. And even then, some people said that the real value for the Ultimate Game Pass to get to, this is based on community, is Stardew Valley, Star Wars, the Lego game, Overcooked 2, and the Batman series. Those are actually what people said ranked as, in this case, the most valuable games that are actually in the Game Pass. Everything else is either in the mid option or just filler trash.
Here's my suggestion. Don't buy it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, because it's like don't buy it, but right now it's like already for I think the way how this is being marketed, at least this is how I see it. It's being marketed for like people that don't have the time to like look at new games too. And it's like if you have like a subscription to, you just get a new game like for a rotation that you could play while like who knows that you're probably getting butt fucked at work. But at that point too, if you're buying in this case a subscription to a Game Pass, I think something else is a bigger issue here.
Okay, so
Like I'm looking at this like
I don't know. People have such
maybe that's probably not the best way how I probably position this too, because there might be legitimate good reasons to have a Game Pass. Then I'm pretty sure there is, but
my
I'm
thing is if it's not good games for you, go somewhere else.
yeah. If it's not like the
It,
game,
it's the issue of getting so stuck on being stuck on the one company and just complaining about them not offering good products.
right? Eh, I think it's. Do you think it's probably like the leftover effect of like honestly like burned out fans that want to see good games, such as Halo fans, for example, that they're just at this point being defaulted just complainers to like Xbox and Microsoft. Like,
Yeah,
how the
they
fuck did
should
you ruin it?
they should learn how to move on. So yeah,
Maybe, yeah. And it does feel that way too, since a lot of the original fan base for Halo is practically gone. Hell, we even said it too. Do we even think a new Halo game would even fix their situation at all? Probably
not
not.
with the one that they showed recently. It's just Halo 1. It's just a Halo 1 remake.
Yeah.
Not even a remake. I mean, it was just a really it's just a remaster at best.
Remaster at best. And even then, like the quote unquote remake is the fact that they put in like the modern like Halo gameplay styles into old Combat Evolved, which let me tell you this straight up, it does not work. There was a reason why in this case we were actually having fun with those 60 round ARs in that old ass game. Because holy fuck, having not that much bullet to go through all that shit on legendary is awful. Either that, my aim was to shit anyways. But fuck those jackals.
No, fuck the grunts, bro.
What do you mean? The grunts were funny and hilarious too. Minus the fact that I had one sneak up on me and just suicided and there. I'm like, damn it. Oh, and also like atrocious respawn points. Honestly, I would be impressed too if they like, yeah, we're just gonna only remaster it, only graphic fidelity. We're not even gonna update the respawn points in the games too. I'm like, shit, that's fucking based, I guess. If you die, you're gonna go all the way back and it's gonna be annoying as hell. God. But I'd say too that like even like saying that too, there's a lot of things that I would say that like under like Phil Spencer, like vision of like how Xbox was kind of handling itself, they were kind of dealt with like a very shitty hand to like try to save the brand in the first place. Like the fact of the matter is that like I think the Game Pass probably is still a good idea, although I'm not sure that's like the really good way to like for other people, right? Especially when we're already going through subscription based hell in the first place. We're going through that, and I don't think that like it also helped that Microsoft was trying to find some ways of how to generate more money from this division without like having more Microsoft support being put into it, which in a lot of ways, as much as I talk shit about it, it makes sense. You want, like in this case, the companies that you own be able to be self-sufficient without your aid and assistance. Hopefully they follow, in this case, the company's policies and guidelines too, to a certain degree. However, we have heard news and other stuff too that like while Halo was being made too, Microsoft tends to be a lot more hands-on with some type of shit, causing a lot of degradation quality or unrealistic expectation for games. Therefore, the games Halo 4 and 5 were a lot of people were saying that was the result of that. Although wait, 4 was made by 343, right?
Yeah, but I don't
Okay.
understand. I don't understand why Microsoft hasn't learned their lesson. Dip their hands in like a lot of games. It never ends up good.
Yeah. Hell, look at what's happening right now with like fucking Call of Duty Black Ops 7. To be fair though, the Activision was already like a sinking ship before Microsoft acquired them. It was just the fact that Bobby Kotick was able to get a golden parachute out of the fucking sinking ship that he designed.
Yeah,
What a goat of a CEO, I guess.
he's something, all right.
Yeah. Also, we won't talk about the fact that his name was also mentioned in Epstein's list. But anyways, moving on.
Bro, who isn't, bro? I'm
Yeah,
sure
fair.
your name's on it too.
Wait, hold on. What? These are allegations.
I'll make
No-
sure your name's on it.
God damn it, no. This is slander. I will sue you for that.
I'll sue you for being on the list.
What the fuck? I'm not even. That's not even correct. The hell?
You're
Man.
incorrect.
Oh my god. Anyways, moving on from that too. I mean, we look at in this case like Xbox as like a console, right? If you were to compare it to like
Always will be.
comparing it to another rival console, which is the PlayStation, which one would you guys still pick?
Neither.
Neither. Oh well, I mean, to be fair, though, we're both PC gamers, so there's yeah. But if I did
Yeah, I
that,
would choose his ass cheeks.
yeah, fair. But if I still had to pick between an Xbox or a PlayStation, I actually still choose a PlayStation. And if anything, that my statement alone too kind of matches up with how well like PlayStation kind of sells in like everywhere else. Because there was at 1.2 where Xbox was trying to market themselves to be like a product to sell to Japan. Like they were doing all this promotion materials in Japan to like try to sell like Xbox units over there. even though Japan itself is deeply entrenched with Sony. In this case, everybody in their household owns a PlayStation. And even before then, too, each household owns a Nintendo. So it was sort of like, I think if we did compare, sorry, I did forgot to include the Switch in the consoles here too, anyways. So out of like straight up the 3-2, the Xbox kind of ranks like dead last in terms of like how like viable of a product it is everywhere. Hell, even in the United States where it was like a where it was being made too, only it loses out on the PlayStation 5 only 60% of the market share. And who knows how many of those people too own like
You
PC
saying
or Switch.
you saying PlayStation 5 has 60% of the market share?
At least in the US, yes.
Hmm.
And then Japan is like around 91%. So Microsoft is literally like fighting an uphill battle against like a market dominance that is Sony, right?
An Xbox is just like a legacy system that they hold on to, but it's not their main focus.
Right. I mean, we see it right now too. Like even before Phil Spencer stepped down, it seemed like they were trying to transition themselves where like they're not going to be focusing on the Xbox. And we saw like a lot of materials and promotion that they were trying to do like for more mobile handheld gaming, try to maybe as part of
Realistically,
Game Pass do like a cloud service gaming with like
realistically,
PC.
they shouldn't focus on Xbox anymore. They should just focus on the whole gaming ecosystem in general. That'll be their advantage over Sony, is
Right.
the entire ecosystem, the gaming ecosystem itself.
Like yeah, I mean it's also something too that like because at this point, the way how it is, Xbox might honestly just have to be rebranded to be like still part of Microsoft, but it's like it should still be like a name title that a lot of people can recognize. Because even though that like let's say that there's a market dominance of like PlayStation and the Switch that's everywhere else in the country, people still recognize what an Xbox is. However, I don't know if like if it even matters so for it to be a console anymore. Even with like
It
when
doesn't
we
have to
predict,
be.
yeah,
Like I
even
said, Xbox could just be an ecosystem, the Xbox ecosystem, and not a console.
maybe same way the way how like Steam Machine is like trying to be, or like the Steam OS. I mean that, yeah, that would make the most sense too, since uh, I don't know. It was like it seems like the focus of it too was like trying to develop a console was very much like a very like 2000 era like tactic of like trying to establish like some revenue source for it too. Because even then too, a lot of people would honestly buy the Xbox for one particular reason that's like depending on the exclusives that we had. And
Mm.
right now exclusives
Exclusives
is
are
so
exclusive is just a bunch of jibber jabber nowadays.
yeah, because nowadays too there's no longer like exclusives. Hell, Square Enix is embracing the fact that they no longer have to be exclusive to Sony anymore. Thank fucking god they actually did that shit. Mind you, there was like a really bad like deal apparent, not really a bad deal, but it was just like a continuing like acceptance that like Square Enix will be continuing to release games on the PlayStation or Sony too. But it wasn't until like otherwise that like they were just not reaching like market cap or market potential if they were to just port it over to like Steam, for example, because apparently like Final Fantasy VII had a surge in sale whenever it got released on Steam. So not to say otherwise too, but yeah, I think exclusivity or exclusive game titles for consoles is practically dead now.
But
And that actually kind
exclusivity just hurts the game developer. So
yeah. And it shows too that like what happened especially with Xbox since they unironically kind of had to rely on exclusive titles to kind of push for consoles. Because even with like let's say people wanted to play Halo Infinite, I thought it was actually really weird too that they first made it into a free to play game that people can like already download and play immediately. But there was like also a microtransaction store that people could interact with. And then later they came out with the full release of the game, and then we later figure out that the full campaign itself was effectively just very shortened out too because they were kind of running off on the budget. I don't know. Lots of factors to like point that like try to make a something that's exclusive is no longer like a marketable trait for people to buy consoles anymore, right? Unless you're a fucking Nintendo Switch. But then that's different
Yeah.
because of the fact that like
Well,
you know the style of games that will be
Switch
available on
was
the Switch, right?
Switch is not an exclusive thing. I mean, it's a how do I say it? This is a it's different compared to a PlayStation, Xbox. A Switch is its own unique thing.
Mm. But let's say, for example, I mean, I would still classify it as a Switch. Like for a lot of the Switch games to being exclusive, is that I would not be able to play any of the Nintendo games onto the Steam or on like any port platform.
But that's only because of Nintendo themselves,
Yeah.
and not because of not because it's on the Switch. You know, because Nintendo
Mhm.
makes games for their own consoles.
Right. Which, eh, that is a fair point too. It's not like, I mean, it still operates similarly to the way how Sony and Xbox kind of make games for their own consoles.
Yeah.
No.
But then again, the Switch hardware is very different. You know, like it's not
Mm-hmm.
the same as PS5 and Xbox, where they're very similar to a computer.
Mm,
The hardware is also very different.
right. But yeah, at the same time, why the fuck is the new Donkey Kong game like $70? I'm like, what the fuck?
I what the fuck?
That's just
Yeah,
Nintendo for you.
yeah, got a bunch of shitters too. And it's like one of the things too that like I do believe like we do want to remove the idea of exclusive titles too. That also applies for like Nintendo games, but whenever we try to do that, the Nintendo does have an answer to be like, nope, you can't do that. You can only play our games only on the Switch only. And it's like, fucking piece of shit. And then there are people that want to genuinely still play the Nintendo Switch game, but obviously the only other stuff to kind of get a Switch now is like you go for a third party handheld device, and then you kind of mod that shit to load in emulators. But right now, emulators are being attacked by Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, Nintendo's a shitter, so I
Yeah,
don't know what to say there.
yeah. Outside of the fact, yeah, they're just shitters for that. They're still having like the lawsuit against like Power World still, but albeit they
Still?
are losing. Yeah, it's still dragging on. Just because like
I really like wasting their money. Goddamn.
yeah, like I said, they
Why don't they
rather
just get in? They just give me the money and call it a day, bro.
yeah, and they're just gonna waste money, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god! But in this venture too, we made like a while back a claim to that like the next push and movement for like Xbox was the fact that they were gonna like go into the handheld space. Albeit, I must make a disclaimer: we were making that statement not as if this was a good thing for Xbox. We just said that that feels like the general direction they were going for. If they're also going to take advantage of like cloud-based gaming, right?
Yeah.
Now, ever since the X by the Ally X that came out, which is their handheld device, that fucking shit was like almost $800 for that handheld console. Like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
And even then, too, on top of it all, too, having it be powered on the firmware side and operating system side to still be Microsoft and it already has issues already, it's not translating well into the whole handheld devices that well. However, they did say that they made improvements ever since then. But it's something that like a lot of consumers do take that into consideration whenever they purchase products like that. Like how reliable is the whole device itself? Yeah, can I play the game without it fucking shitting bricks on me for me not doing anything else with it? And will they honor my warranty? 9 times out of 10, they do not want to honor that warranty.
Mm.
So man, it's a whole lot of shit too that I I genuinely did hope for the best for the fact that like the handheld devices would come back in the scene, which it still certainly is. I think it's just under like a very different style, no?
What do you mean?
Like the way how I see with the handheld devices too, I think the Steam Deck still makes the most sense when it comes to how the handheld consoles should behave. However, it's still testing in the case which games are compatible on like let's say the Steam Deck. But nonetheless, too, being able to access your Steam library from like the Steam Deck is one like the biggest advantage why people would get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people could say otherwise, like why would you still do that too? You just get like a console for that reason. I'm like, but the thing is, I don't need to buy those games for that console. If I have a Steam library and I bought the game and I could play it on a Steam Deck, I save legitimately more money buying the Steam Deck than I would to get a console, buy games off of that. Unless it says otherwise too, I can transfer Steam games to the consoles, like Xbox, for example. Which I've heard that there was talks that they were going to do something like that too, but I don't think that's happening.
Probably not.
But yeah, like right now too, Steam Deck is already like the only big competitor when it comes to handheld space that might be going after like Nintendo's lunch money here. But right now too, I can't even purchase a Steam Deck, which currently they're all out of stock due to the RAM shortages. Oh well. God damn it, I should have bought it then too.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Shut up.
Man, it just happens to lots of things were moving
bro,
around.
fuck,
I
shut
didn't think
up.
about. No, shut up, you.
Yeah, bro. Fuck, shut up.
Yeah, but where am I moving on with this? Because right now it's not like I don't think Xbox is really gonna like close down at some point. They are actively like doing more stuff with it to the detriment of like some people thinking like, oh no, they're still gonna continue on with this Halo game under Halo Studios. Yeah, they said the 343 fucked up so bad, let's just rebrand ourselves, trying to get away from our last title or what the last thing, right?
Yeah.
But obviously that didn't work based on like what we saw in the gameplay demo of the new Halo Combat Evolved. It doesn't look bad, but at the same time, it's like, why though? We have literally the Master Chief Collection.
I mean, it's fine if they want to remake it, but at least make it unique to them. The
Yeah,
thing is, they're not doing that.
yeah. So it's like, at least that's why I say too. They're like, why would we want to buy that game when literally the Master Chief Collection exists?
Yeah.
Like, if anything, that's like that feels like a more authentic like Halo game than whatever Halo Studio is trying to make with this new Halo Combat Evolved, which is
And you want to know
ironic.
why it's authentic? Because it is the actual game.
Yeah, the actual game with all like the shitty like coding that goes underneath it.
Absolutely.
God, what a beautiful game that was. No, I'm kidding too. I fucking hated the flood level. That shit gave me nightmares.
You sound like a little bitch.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, when I'm trying to find a shotgun and I hear Victor like having a time of his life too, while I'm just like fighting it off with like shitty SMGs.
Hey man, what gives me nightmares is Halo 2 co-op. If one of us dies, we're restarting the level.
Oh god, that's true. Damn. Yeah, because there wasn't technically like, hopefully like you survive long enough for your buddies to respawn off of you too. Wait, no, I thought Halo 2 that only applied to like some missions where if one of your buddy dies, you start over. Was that the entirety of the game?
It's because their checkpoint system is really god awful. So you start, I mean, you don't start over, you go back to a checkpoint. But if one of you dies, it goes back to a checkpoint.
Yeah, it's like,
But the
yeah,
checkpoint system is god awful.
fair enough, right?
So sometimes you just basically start over.
Yeah. And sometimes when that happens, we're just like, all right, I think that's good enough for tonight too. As we're about to fucking punch a wall for like dying on this level for the nth time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I because right now the newest leader that came into this. Fuck, I forgot her name already. Damn it.
Yeah, she's not important.
Yeah, she's not. If anything, she's not important that much too. However, it is based on like what other people are saying too. She is talked a lot about more is the fact that she did work in hand with a lot of like microtransaction stuff and also having experience prior to working underneath Microsoft of another tech division, right? And they placed her to be leading the charge of the Xbox brand. Although she has made the statement otherwise too that she wants to maintain in this case the creative and also the integrity of game development too, while also calling out in this case we also will avoid using AI slop in a lot of these products, which is cool, fair enough in like some statements, but we'll see when it happens. And on top of it all, we now have in this case the return of Matt Booty. I thought it also was a new guy too. No, it turns out he used to work with the Xbox division a while back too, with the other Halo project titles. So yeah, he's currently back in the Xbox game division. Hopefully that also means too that whatever currently is happening over there too, maybe more games are coming out. Because the only quote unquote really good games that are coming out from the Xbox scene too is like Forza 6, which that takes place in like Japan and it looks actually really fucking cool. But needless to say, I am unfortunately, I probably won't get the game just for other reasons too. That like, as much as I think it's cool, there's just nothing about it for in me right now that I want to play it. As if I did want to, I'll definitely try to get the sim seat set up. It's definitely get the steering wheels that like if I set it up correctly too, if I fuck up on something, it breaks my wrist.
Freezing.
Yep.
I'm trying to get a flight sim set up.
Oh man. But needless to say too, a lot of people are saying that this is going to be like the sunsetting of the Xbox game division here, which seems a bit of a
No.
stretch, but
No, I mean they're not gonna sunsetting. They're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Not the game division. Maybe they'll rebrand. Maybe it'll be something else, but it'll still be a game division regardless.
right. But
I don't know, man. They just spent 70 billion on Activision.
Yeah. And man, the latest Black Ops 7 looks funny as hell.
Let's not talk about the atrocity of a game.
Look, man.
No, let's talk about that atrocity of a game.
Because this is explaining into the case too of why people are like kind of leaving the Xbox scene in general and they're playing like other stuff too. Because it's unironic that we even talk about this again too, is the fact that indie games are effectively killing like the AAA scenes. But then it's because this is their own fault. That they were just mostly chasing numbers when they were, you know, how me and you have always said it before. Just make a better game. Yeah. Even though the like
game 5-head.
Yeah. Like I get it too that like that feels like a cop out answer, but it realistically is just that too. Hell, we even see like
a cop out answer. A cop out answer when the games are this fucking bad. That is not a cop out answer.
Yeah, fair enough. Especially like how like at least the way how we worded this too. Like Baldur's Gate 3 is in this case a unprecedented success too, but I feel like me and you could also agree too that the success of the game was definitely artificial in many ways, right? But
No.
It is 100%.
Where's the
Anyways.
proof in that?
Brian's the proof.
exactly. And how can and look at who came in late today.
Ooh.
You're still wrong, though.
All right, you tell me
Damn.
then. You tell me since you came in late.
Tell me, what was the topic?
You bastard! You're the one that also picked this too.
No, I mean, what specifically are you talking about right now?
The Xbox stuff too, and we're also talking about the whole quality and library of the games too. Is probably adding into the failure of the Xbox brand itself.
I think it's just that
Is your
consoles are always gonna.
I think you have your mic a little bit too close to your face because it's started to like peak very high.
How about now?
Fair enough. That's good here. That's good.
Okay, fair enough. Is it good or not?
I've tried to do this too because I do have to adjust this on my end later on too. So
Well,
keeping
just
it
let me know
level
if I'm
up.
blasting you guys out.
I mean, I can minimize it too, but I hope to like not do it as often. Anyways, moving back on topic here, as we're still on. But yeah, you kind of missed out on a lot of shit too, such as the fact that despite the Phil Spencer and Sasha Brown is currently stepping down in their leadership roles, and then we have the return of Matt Booty.
Matt Booty.
Yep.
The way you emphasize booty makes you sound like
Because I mean, how else do you want me to say? Do you want me to just say booty?
Yeah,
Matt
dude.
Booty.
That's
But
what
it's
I did.
fun. But it's also funnier to say booty because I'm sorry, I just can't help it. Whenever I saw the name too, I'm just like, God damn it! I know he's supposed to be important too, but the name is kind of like making it hard for me to like try to see past it. Like, hey, do you address him as Mr. Booty?
booty.
Mr. Booty.
But yes, so we've already made the sort of not really a hotter take about it too, whereas the Xbox brand is not really going to die just because you have like leadership like Phil Spencer that was predominantly like trying to support game development. But I think they were dealt with such a shitty hand on behalf of Microsoft too that them stepping down kind of felt like they were kind of forced to, especially like the products that they were also trying to do. A lot of people did mention, I think this was internal emails, that they thought like Xbox going into the not making the console and focusing on the other bigger market too was sort of like this is a crazy move, and it's also ruining the branded image of Xbox, which I could see what that is coming from too if you're not focusing on making a console. But the reality is the fact that the consoles are just not selling.
Well, the consoles are nothing more than a glorified PC now, so why
Yeah.
why focus on it at all?
Yeah. And so it's like I remember looking into this too, and I was like, I can see the reasoning behind it too. Because I'll give you this question too, Michael, since you are not in here. Comparing to the three consoles, which is the PlayStation 5, the Xbox, or Nintendo Switch, out of the three consoles, which one would you rather have?
Nintendo Switch.
All right. So we
Primarily
could
because of some of the games that are located, like that are on it, like
Right.
the Mario games, and the fact that like some of the games can be more mobile. Well, the mobility of the Switch, but I also mean physically, like Just Dance. Like you can get up and you can do activities with it. Like the Xbox had the Kinect at one point, and I really don't know what they have now.
I mean, the Kinect is still there, it's just not under Xbox. They call it like a Microsoft Azure Kinect now, some product somewhere.
Mhm.
Although I don't even know
But
if
you
they
don't
even
hear
use
too
that.
many games coming out using that technology
Well, they're not.
specifically.
It's not made for gaming. It's made for.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah. There's that.
Microsoft saw their cameras were too good, so now they decided to use it for other things.
Is that actually true?
Yeah.
What do they
Yeah.
What do they use it for now?
Something for AI, because
Okay,
it's
I was
under the Azure, which is their cloud platform.
Yeah. AI computer vision now. Everything is being funneled into the fold of AI within Microsoft. Xbox will eventually have to play ball, even though like the new CEO that or the new leader of Xbox has made this public statement that they will not be like forcing upon their customers like AI slop, which
Yeah, AI slop's going to become a real big issue. You see it all over Instagram already, but I mean, I can't wait till it
everywhere.
gets more into the gaming sphere.
Everywhere.
I mean, what do you mean? We already see that happening in the gaming sphere. Look at Black
Yeah, it
Ops
is.
7.
I have never seen Black Ops 7. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest.
Yeah. You should see some gameplay for yourself too. And you will have like a very fun like afternoon or evening just watching. Just feels like you're watching a skibbity toilet video.
Is it truly AI?
Not all the way to, but there's definitely like a lot of like shop assets that are using AI.
I'm sure they use AI assisted.
Yeah. Now, and here's the funny thing that I don't think a lot of this also hits to a lot of players that they're also not ready for this conversation. We all hate AI to some level, whenever it's done badly. But then you hear Battlefield 6, they use AI. But yeah, we're not going outreach for that. Mind you, the AI part that Battlefield 6 did was mostly for like voice work or like sound effects. So again, realistically, I don't think people have genuinely an issue about AI. They mostly have the issue with the way how it's being implemented. Hell, even Expedition 33 admits too that like, yeah, we use AI to help like make majority asset, but we later then replace it. And that caused some outrage too. I don't know for whatever fucking reason, even though the developers have already made the statement claim that yeah, we did use it, but we later replaced it after we finally got the assets together to replace it. Yeah.
It's not a complaint.
Right. So, like I said, that's why I like the whole thing too. To like try my best not to like fall into the mob of like, oh, Xbox is gonna be sunsetted because of the new leadership. It's not gonna be that. They're probably still being around. Victor even mentions it that they might rebrand. The worst case scenario.
Because, I mean, I do in my heart believe that there will always be a place for a console, even if they kind of just tend to fall behind on computers. But I mean, now with the
It's
price
not.
of RAM going up,
I mean, it's not the fact that they fall behind on computers. It's the fact that they are just straight up computers. Like, why would you even get
well,
a
I
console?
mean, in
Get
their,
a computer and get Steam.
I guess I mean in like accessibility of gaming.
Accessibility.
Let's be
just means,
honest, you have a PC, you are inundated with games, generally speaking. And I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think Xbox generally has. I don't know the indie scene on Xbox all too much right now.
I mean, most of the indie space too, they take deals with Microsoft because of the fact that for them, they want their games on the Game Pass, but that also means they probably won't make as much money if they were to sell by units and copy. But they made a deal with Microsoft, say that like, oh, we'll pay for like the first like 100,000 or million sales for this game to be on the Game Pass, and you're like, all right, sure, why not, right? And you take that deal based on what kind of scale of indie game you are. I think I don't know the exact number, but there was a developer that talks about like his experience with having his game on the Game Pass, and it was the one game that looks like you're a hermit crab, and it's like a Dark Soul style game. I forgot what it was called.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that developer like does talk extensively about like his experience with it, and he kind of words it as like it's sort of like it's a positive thing, but it's like as an indie developer too, you would take whatever you can to get as much or like money from at any point, right? And it's not like the game was terrible either. If anything, it also caused like people to also purchase the game outright from him too. So in some ways too, he made a lot more money taking this deal than not trying to put his game on the Game Pass. Although, let's be honest too, a lot of people were already looking out for it. It was just the whole thing with Xbox. He just got a big chunk of money. So I say the accessibility part only becomes a factor too if exclusive title games are still relevant, which we look at it now. I think it's good that we are no longer seeing exclusive titles anymore. As I look at a Nintendo Switch with their bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know how often games go exclusive now.
Not that often anymore, too. Hell, right now with like Sony games too, they're also trying to be more multi-platform. For example, with like Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil game is currently out, Requiem. So that's when I know too that we're reaching at a great phase for gaming too, where accessibility or the idea and age for exclusivity is just dead now. Minus the fact that we're going to keep pressuring Nintendo to do the same, but they probably won't ever because they'd rather spend more money on fighting litigation or lawsuits than they would actually making good quality games. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he did. That's why he's coughing.
Whip out
Yeah.
your cock, bro.
No,
Show 'em who's
please.
boss.
Oh man. Do not make me remind you of the days that you used to own love hotels, cabs, and whatnot. Oh yeah, no, they were also selling playing cards as well.
That's what they started off with.
Yeah, it wasn't until some very nerdy software developers were just passionate about making games that they decided to pivot their entire business on making games. That was what changed Nintendo. Which, in a lot of ways, this could be a wholesome story if it weren't for the fact that they're also like shutting down every other emulator site.
Yeah, that sucks. Honestly, so mean.
Mean is an understatement of what they're doing here.
They're
being
cruel.
not even that, they're stupid. Because at this point too, they're not taking the advice of what Gabe Newell has mentioned earlier too, where the emulators are only a problem if you because they funds like piracy and whatnot. Where Gabe Newell even mentions too that like we don't worry about piracy because piracy is not the fact that like we have to protect our games. The piracy is a result of, in this case, the service that we need to provide, right? So therefore, Steam became the platform that they are because they are leaning into the fact that they're trying to make their services as accessible to everybody as possible. Some people have already started claiming otherwise too that they have a monopoly in the space, and we've already said it before. They most certainly do, but do we truly care? Not really. Only until they started doing like dumb shit where it's harming a lot of consumer base, then at that point, yeah, nothing really is gonna happen. And I get it too that there is like a scare too that like what happens if Steam does or Valve inevitably does shut down too? What happens to our Steam games too? Can we even like keep all of that stuff that we purchase somewhere? I think we'll find some way too, but it is still like a worrisome scare that a lot of people had. That's why like console is supposed to feel good about for us too, is that like we purchase this stuff too, it's safe in our console that we can like play at any point too. But outside of that too, it's not really like a selling point to buy anything now. Even though the PlayStation is currently like the most dominated console that's being sold everywhere. Although it's being rivaled with the Switch. There's that. But they're both Japanese company and Xbox is like the dead last child. I don't know. Yeah, so like I said too, the rebranding of Xbox is them probably reprioritizing away from the console space and just focus solely on making games. I think what they did beforehand was leaning toward a PC market space was a good idea, right? That was a good idea to do. But it also, in a lot of ways, too, it killed the Xbox console because at some point people will be like, I don't need to buy a fucking Xbox if I know it's going to be available on Steam in like a couple of months. Yeah.
That's what it should have done. I mean, the Xbox slowly is becoming a Windows computer.
Right. Oh, look at the fucking. Or I'm repeating this again too because Michael wasn't here earlier. But in this case, the handheld console of the Xbox Ally X. That was like the whole.
LIX.
Yeah, the new handheld console that costs $800. Fucking costs as much as like the
Yeah.
most top end console.
Why their regular RNG ally?
Yeah, and then just buy the expansions like yourself
And
and
just-
upgrade it yourself.
It's a Windows computer, so I can just run Steam on it.
Yeah. Or be the bigger brain move, just buy a third party and then just install the Steam OS on that. If you don't want to deal with Microsoft.
No need.
Yeah, fair enough, right? I mean, that is right now we're coming into like I believe I call this a tipping point when it comes to like how the gaming space is gonna like choose otherwise. Because even like when I say PlayStation has hold like the dominance of like sales across everywhere else, I don't even think that Sony even has like a leg to stand on anymore in this landscape. Because not a lot of people are buying PlayStations because yeah, the whole availability crisis kind of hurt them a lot. Albeit they didn't really get hurt too much about it since what was it? People were just buying PS5s out the wazoo, and they're like, you know what, we're still get benefiting all this too. Doesn't matter. But now you have a bunch of people that don't have access to PlayStations, and now they're just like, well, we'll just move into playing Steam instead. Which now could potentially mean, oh shit, any future product that we try to do to sell our console to these players now can potentially be lost. That's how I see it, right? I don't know if that might actually be the case too. I don't even know if like people would like care too much. Like, oh, I'm gonna be playing on Steam until the new console comes out. All right, spending another $1,000 on another console once more. Like, Jesus Christ. Man, I say that as well, even though they just also announced the next generation of Pokemon games. God damn it.
It will never end.
It won't ever end.
Pokemon
Too.
is eternal.
At least the starters look cute as hell. I'm fucking getting the fire Pomeranian. That shit is
Yes.
straight up just Bobo.
Listen, Bobo is my family dog.
Yeah.
Or for context, I
Yeah.
No, Bobo was Brian.
Yeah. Or at least from my girlfriend's point of view, she would say it that way.
dog.
Hey, come on, man.
You fucking bitch.
I'm
Get
doing
on all
everything.
fours and bark.
Hold on. We won't be telling. I won't be divulging any further of what I do in the bed. All right.
What?
Don't worry. I won't divulge further.
What? What? Hey, everybody fucking exposes me. He said, hard.
He already exposed himself. I don't need to do
No,
shit.
no. We want full details. I want the tea, dog.
Nah, I ain't saying shit on this podcast. Maybe in a kinkier episode, I guess. But not here.
Excuse me.
Follow us on our OnlyFans page.
Bro, we don't even got one. I don't even listen to this, boy. We don't even got one.
That you know of.
Well, we should have had money by now.
Goddamn. If only, right?
With our chopped ass, hell no, we ain't making it.
Exactly.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
Man. But looking at the whole going back on topic here with the Xbox stuff, we all could hope for the best too, that like maybe this will set Xbox in the correct course too, because we also talk shit about the new Halo games too, where it's not even a remake to it, it's just a remaster of like the previous Halo game. And I even said, why even play that? Just get the Master Chief Collection. So we got that. We also have like, honestly, there's still like a lot of cool games that are coming out too, albeit they're not from like your quote unquote AAA space here, which a lot of people are saying too, damn, indie developer experience or like the AA games are really just killing the AAA developing studios. And it's like, they're not necessarily killing it either. It's just the way how it goes too. You're not making games that the audience are looking for. They'll find the products elsewhere. It's how the game goes. Straight up, it's always has been this way. If you're not able to sell games within like the first few months too, eventually you have to start thinking about like, okay, maybe we got to start making a new game now, instead of just waiting and trying to continually support, in this case, a failing product. as I'm looking at High Guard. That was a
High
wild
what?
announcement. High Guard. It was like the last game that got announced at the Game Awards too. That I didn't even think much about it too.
I didn't even know it existed.
Don't worry too. Not a lot of people did as well. The only thing that the game had going for it is that it's made by the same people that made Apex Legend and Titanfall. That was it. And unfortunately for you Titanfall fans, get fucked. You're never getting a Titanfall game.
And you Apex Legends gamers get the same thing every single time. Every
Yeah. You will complain and still play the same game every fucking time. And that is why we have a phrase for you, for people like that, called ball and shooter gamers. And if anything, it's only funny to call people that too because of how visibly upset they get when they get called that. When it's actually just true that they only play are just either FIFA, basketball, football, or Call of Duty games. And that's it. In a lot of ways too, I could apply this to Loy's logic, but then here he is playing JRPG games. So he doesn't count. He's the
honestly
culture
thought-
ball, the shooter game.
I honestly thought you were going to just stop at like, this could apply to Loy, and I was like, wow, call him out.
I was like,
Bro,
that's
my
why I
favorite
put
game's the JRPG.
like I preface this by could have, but then he's more cultured. Yeah, and we're never getting another Kingdom Hearts game.
That'll always be on me.
As we look into the fucking ether of Square Enix giving us a inch or nugget of news of a Kingdom Hearts title.
Like, please,
That's not happening anytime soon.
please.
Hell, we don't even know when the next Final Fantasy VII Part 3 is coming. That's actually the scary part too. We don't even know when that's supposed to be coming out then.
Part 3?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a Part 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game is so big that they expanded the game that used to be on 2 discs to now be on 3 parts.
In
Yeah.
3 games, you mean?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 13 did 3 discs. Nothing new.
Yeah, it was still
I-
one game though.
Yeah. To be fair, to Final Fantasy 13, they were 3 separate games. 7 was the same game. It just had to be split up in 2. Yes.
I
No, 13 was
I've
not
only-
3 separate games. It was thing one.
It was just
Well-
3 discs, Brian. Did you
I
even
only
play
have-
13, bro?
Yes, I did play
Hello?
13. Damn it.
That was a fucking lie.
And
my
name all the
God.
characters right now.
Dead Space 2 is the only game I've ever played where you required 2 discs.
Yeah, Mike was saved his ass.
Yeah. Wait,
I've been
that's
trying to say that. I had to talk over everyone.
that is what you might have to at this point to get your point across. Be the asshole.
Well, we have to be the asshole because you.
And you want to be real technical, Brian. 13 was supposed to have 4 games.
What the fuck was
4
fourth?
discs.
Wait, what was the
Four
fourth
games.
game? What was the fourth game
It was
supposed to be?
15.
Oh right.
See, this boy not even a real fan. Fuck him.
Hey man, I forgot that. I forgot the OG for FF15 was supposed to be like an
Fucking go-
alternative for
go-
the first 13. Shut up.
go-
Shut
go-
up. No, you.
go
Fuck
stick
you.
your
Fuck
dick in
you.
him.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Go stick your dick in him.
No, that's gay. No, where? But yeah. It's like, will the Hot or Trash podcast be getting an Xbox? Hell the fuck no.
Hell no.
I
Actually, I
already
already do. It's called a PC.
Yeah, fair
I
enough,
you did, bro.
man. Same here. I won't be getting any consoles as I sweat on knowing the fact that my girlfriend definitely wants to get a Switch 2 to play the new Pokemon game.
It's
Yeah,
fine,
just-
man. Switches are fine.
Yeah, at least that is fine
I
too.
just
Robo.
question Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to question them that much further now, too, as they're kind of caving in the fact that, you know what, we can't really rely on exclusivity titles to sell consoles anymore. Nobody is buying them anyways, too, no matter what game we sell. Because no matter what we do, it's going to be ending up on the PC at some point. Therefore, the PC gaming master race still persists. And a lot of console console annies are like, oh, but you guys are just fucking pretentious and you think you are better than us. Like, because we are. It's like, we are actually just superior. That is not us showboating. That is just factual.
Objective truth.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's like, but you can't like play games on a big TV. Yes, we can play stuff on a TV if you know how to set up your computer correctly. You can play games anywhere in your fucking house.
You can
So-
also play on Brian's forehead, and that shit's fucking huge.
Shut the fuck up. How dare you? God damn it. Man. Now I'm gonna cry and play Helldivers 2 and just start blasting bugs as I get eaten out from the butt side first.
Yeah, and they'll still make fun of you.
God
Yeah, look at that boy with the big ass forehead, stupid helmet looking ass.
Yeah, dumbass looking boy.
damn it. But yes, since you're also the last one to come in too, you'll be the first one to say this then, Michael. What would be your prediction for the Hey Xbox space then? As now we're heading into a new direction. Matt Booty is coming at, new leaderships is coming in. They're trying
Boy,
to
really
publicly
like
say,
saying Mad Booty's name, bro.
hell yeah, I do. That shit is fun as hell at this point.
Yeah, like booty in your face, huh?
Mad
Yeah.
Booty.
Matt Booty. Matt
Just
Damon.
reminds me of the Team America stuff.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Will we get a fucking reporter for saying it that way?
Nah.
Nah,
Alright, fair enough. Hell yeah.
it's authentic.
Anyways, Michael, what is your answer now with the new direction of Xbox?
Good luck.
Fair enough. At this point, they kind of need it right now too, especially if Microsoft is already damaging their own brand at the moment. But in this case too, thank you all for tuning in too. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. I don't think we'll have another podcast. Oh no, we'll have another session like definitely next week too. But I know one of the Saturdays I will be taking a break as I'm also gonna drive around my girlfriend and her family that's visiting to other areas in Texas. So there's gonna be that those weekend plans.
Yay.
Yeah. No, go fuck
Yeah,
yourself, I
not
guess.
the...
Yeah. Hey, hold on there. Anyways, good night, everybody else. I'll see y'all next time.
Mine's gay.